house, man. You know me, how I'm rockin', man. I gotta keep my shit in order. Tryna cop that house, man. The one to sit up on the water. You know me, how I'm rockin', man. I gotta keep my shit in order. Tryna cop that house, man. The one to sit up on the water. You know how I'm rockin', man. I gotta keep my shit in order.
Yo, welcome back to another day of people. Can I please get y'all to hit that thumbs up button, bang on bell for me, and subscribe to the channel, please. Now today, I'm going to be coming at y'all with how a brother like me survived in the mean city of Chicago, Chirac, as they call it today. First, I'm going to tell y'all what y'all must believe in, what y'all gotta do before y'all believe in anything else, and before y'all do anything else, you have to believe in Jesus Christ. Jesus is God. God is Jesus. So once you got God and you got Jesus, you're gonna have the Holy Spirit inside of you. That's the first thing before any and everything. I don't care if it's, you put it before your mama, you put it before your daddy, you put that before the money, you put God before any and every single thing in this world. Because you know why? That's how it's supposed to be. God is the creator. I've always believed in God. I've always trusted God. I've always went with God, and you know what I mean? I got tattoos on me say God's son. Always listen to Nas. Always listening to Tupac. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is how I survived a lot of things in Chicago. You see what I'm saying? Understand me and understand what I'm finna say to y'all. I was brought up listening to all of these rappers where they talk about God, Lord knows, Jesus. You know what I mean? Tupac, when he say, Lord knows, Lord knows, Lord knows. You know what I mean? Like that type of music when they speak highly of God. So, music, rap was my first love, okay? So when I would listen to that kind of music, Tupac was like, pretty much my role model. I ain't gonna say he was my role model, but he was pretty much my role model. I always looked up to Tupac. Always looked up to my big brothers too in the city, okay? So when you look up to these type of guys and you hear them speaking about this type of thing, you will learn how to pray and put God first. Even if you don't put him first, like back in the days, I didn't know nothing about putting God first. All I knew was to pray and be right with God. Try not to do wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. Check me out, right? Because we talking about the city of Chicago. We talking about on the south side of the city in Inglewood area. Do y'all research on that area. This is where Chief Keef come from. Lil Durk. All of these rappers, you know what I mean? Y'all know all that BDK, GDK, O Block, Lemron, y'all know this type of thing because of the internet and YouTube. You see what I'm saying? I came up around all of that. Famous Dex is like my little brother, my little cousin, my little mans, or whatever you want to call it. I know Famous Dex real daddy. I was brought up under his real daddy before he was, before he passed away. I'm going to say it like that. And then I know Famous Dex play daddy. You know what I mean? I grew up under him as well. He from off Green Street, then you got Houston, then you got my street. We ran together. I used to go back green from him all the time. The trees, when they had the nicks, you know, we'll get a nick for $4 sometime, you know what I mean? If we only had $4, we'll go $2 a piece on a nickel bag. I took y'all all the way back. Now, this is how I survived. I knew all of my brothers and they knew me. Like I tell y'all, I was born off the porch. I never had to jump off the porch. I literally was born in the streets. You understand me? You got to understand where I'm coming from. A lot of people they jumped off the porch when they was, 12, 13, 14. Some of them was 20. Some of them was 16, 18. Some of them was 30. You know what I mean? And a lot of them kind of guys right now, that's why they not living right now today, because they jumped off the porch. And when they jumped off the porch, they jumped off late. So they didn't really even know the game. All they knew was to try to be cool with people that real street guys. You see what I'm saying? So they wasn't really, knowledgeable up here when it come to the streets of Chicago, when it come to how to play it, how to play the game. You know what I mean? They wasn't street smart too much. They had to learn at a long down the line. When I learned, I grew up in a house where, people cooking up crack as I'm a baby. Y'all seen the movie Menace to Society? Y'all know how Kane grew up. I remind myself so much of Kane. Kane, that character, remind me of me so much because I swear I was just like a Kane and my cousin was like an old dog. I ain't gonna say no names. And then I had other, guys, friends that was like old dogs. They was wild. And sad to say, they didn't make it because you know why? I'm going to put y'all up on some game. I need y'all to understand and listen to me. Now, I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way or nothing. All I'm saying is a smart nigga will survive longer than a tough nigga. You see what I'm saying? Because if you too extra tough, you gonna have your whole circle, and not only your whole circle, you gonna have everybody that's around you in the neighborhood that know you, and even the people that don't know you, you gonna have them afraid, and they gonna want to get you gone. They not gonna want you out here, in this world because you too rough and you too tough and you too bad. You too sneaky, you too much of a snake. You carrying your blick around. You know what I mean? You might backdoor them and stuff like that. See, people think like that, especially the ones that be off the weed. They be paranoid from the weed. And that's another thing I'm going to tell y'all. That's another way how I survived in the city of Chicago. I used to smoke heavy weed, and the weed used to have me paranoid to the fact where I will fall back in a minute. Because I'm always off the weed. So even if I'm, I see some money or opportunity to make some money, sometimes I would have to fall back. Because check me out, all money is not good money. And you know what I mean? You can't be greedy. I used to find myself sometime, beginning to get greedy. I see the money coming up, the money coming up meaning when the crackheads come walking down the block looking for something. Okay, or if they hit your phone and they want you to come to their house, that can be a setup as well. You see what I'm saying? Always been the type to be paranoid and to use my head. And plus, I'm going to keep it all the way a buck and all the way funky with y'all because I really mess with y'all. Okay, now I was always pretty shy as well. I was always like this little shy, money getting pretty boy type of dude, with the waves, the J's, all the decent, fresh, clean clothes. I love wearing jackets and hoodies and hats. I like riding clean. So, when the women would be all on my jock, you see what I'm saying? Like, I would, don't get me wrong, I would get up with some of these females, but I would understand. I would use my head. It ain't all about no female. You can't trust no female. I don't care who she is. I don't care if she somebody in your family. See, now I believe God gave me this gift. And the gift is the Holy Spirit. You see what I'm saying? The Holy Spirit let me know that a woman is like Eve. A woman is like a Jezebel. They have that spirit and they can't help it. Sometimes they don't even want to be like that, but it's just in their nature. Sometimes they want to be like that and some do. You get what I'm saying? So this Holy Ghost that's inside of me right now as I'm speaking, making this video, it told me to make this video, okay? Let me hit my little cup one time. Okay, now I'm going to get back to the weed. You see what I'm saying? The weed, I never did no other drugs either. I never was a loser type. I always was a winner. Always wanted to be the breadwinner. Always wanted to do good in life. I would look at people and be like, man, I wish I can help them. One day I'm going to help them. I didn't used to talk about them or belittle them. Never. You see what I'm saying? Unless they try to, flex on me, then I'll show them like this ain't that. Just one or two times. But after that, I ain't got to show them no more. Because for one, listen here, man. You gotta, game recognize game. And you gotta be really knowledgeable out here, man. You gotta use your brain. You gotta understand. You see what I'm saying? Now, listen to me, right? When you a GD, right? I'm a GD. I grew up in No Love City, okay? You gotta run. I live my life off the 6-point style. I don't mean to be gang banger or none of that. But when it comes to knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, I live like that. I have the knowledge. I have the wisdom. I have the understanding. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta understand a lot of things, a lot of people. You see what I'm saying? How people operate, how they think. Everybody ain't like you. Everybody not you. Everybody didn't grow up like you. You have to understand that. If you understand that, then you was a bad person. You see what I'm saying? And you got to be able and willing to suck up knowledge. You know what I mean? What's that saying they say? Listen more than you speak. There once was an eagle that lived in the oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Now that's some of the literature. I'm kind of rusty. I might have said it just a little bit wrong. Then again, I might have said it right. I say that because I be having 1,000,000,001 things inside of this head. My head ain't big and juicy for nothing. I gotta have a sense of humor with y'all. You see what I'm saying? But this head right here got 1,000,001 things I want to tell y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all, I forgot what I was going to say, but I'm going to move on to something else. Okay, now, in order to survive in Chicago, you can't, if you got friends and partners that you hang around with. Now, I never called nobody my friend. That's one thing. I always knew I didn't have no friends. If you understand the definition of friends, then you will know you don't have no friends. If you have a friend, you can have a friend, but if you have a friend, you will know for a fact that you have a friend. Now, I had people that I know and that I talk to and that I played ball with and you know what I mean, hung around and stuff like that, but I never called them my friend. Because for one, you know what I mean, you gotta understand where I come from. I come from a place called No Love City. If you can listen to the name, you see what I'm saying? It ain't no love where I come from. We used to be slamming at each other. We used to have fireworks. We used to throw bricks at each other. We used to be trying to hurt each other, man. You know what I mean? Even though we was like brothers, we was brothers, but we was just crazy. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta know, like, ain't no real friend, you know what I mean, gonna wanna hurt you in no kind of way. A real friend is gonna try to pull you away from that if they know you can get your head busted by a brick, or you can get blew down, or anything can happen to you. I'm just saying. That's a real friend. I don't care if he crazy or not. If he love you, you see what I'm saying? I'm talking about you females too. If she love you, girl, she gonna pull you by your collar, literally, and tell you, no, we not finna do that, friend. I care too much about you. We finna go over here and be with these good people. We finna get away from the bad people. You see what I'm saying? And then another way I believe, listen, I survived in Chicago by moving all around the city, which was really dangerous because my mama used to have me living around stones. They run under the 5. They don't like GDs at all. But I had to be smart, use my head, and you know what I mean, suck up game, and you know what I mean, and be wise when I lived around this different gang. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to fake it to make it. Understand that a lot of times you have to fake it to make it. If you around a certain amount of people, a crowd or something like that, and you know you have no win over this crowd, don't be trying to be no superhero and try to go against all of them. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of like that. You know, I'll let you know in a minute. I don't care if I get killed. I didn't care if I used to get beat up. You know, sometimes my craziness will kick in. You know, that's why I started going to see a psychiatrist and things like that, because I knew something was wrong with me, man. I know I ain't got all my marbles. Okay, so if you hanging around these type of people, try to get good with them. Don't try to be no enemies. Don't even let them know that you run with this gang over here. Act like you straight neutral until they find out, especially if you live where they hang. You know, you lay your head over there exactly right on the spot, like which I did. I stayed around Moe's. I stayed around the BDs over there on 81st and Ingleside, where Lil Jeff and them from, and all them. You know, y'all know Lil Jeff that listen to the drill music, who just got blew down, Lil Scoom and I think his name Q50 and all them little shorties. They from right off Cottage Grove. I lived over there too. I went to a school right up the street from there called Arthur Ashe. Okay, so I was, you know what I mean, like I pretty much got known over there. I pretty much got known where the Stones at. I pretty much got known. I lived out on 95th where the GDs at. Them my brothers over there, 9-5 Mob. I lived out in the gardens, Argyle Gardens, which is out in like Riverdale. It's like the suburb of Chicago. But you trust me, you don't want to go through there You don't just want to be caught hanging out there. Do your research on the gardens. Now, some of y'all know what the gardens is. Argyle Garden, trust me, was one of the roughest, toughest places you can ever go in Chicago, and probably still is. See, I hung around the Stones out there, and I just kept it cool with them. I played ball and stuff like that, and I would go back to Inglewood and, shoot with, hang out with my people, my family, my guys, my brothers. You see what I'm saying? And then when I go back home, I used to just keep my mouth shut and playing it cool. If somebody needed something or something like that, man, I'll offer help. Just play it cool. You ain't, even though, look, that's how I learned. That's another thing, right? If you claim you in the game, you a foe, you a vice lord, you a stone, you a new breed, you a MC, you a Latin count, you a Latin king, any Latin gang, any type of gang, right? You gotta know to look at the man before you look at a gang. That would keep you alive. You got a lot of people out here, man, that look at, what gang you in. I don't like him just because he in the gang. Whole time, this brother can be, or sister can be the best person you ever met in your life. I mean, this person can help you, man. If he know that, if he or she understand and believe deep down in his heart that he or she, believe that you care for them and that you would look out for them, they would look, you got some people that would look at it the same way as you. Okay, he GD, he a gangster, and I'm a stone or whatever. I'm a vice lord or whatever. I'm a foe. But you got some people that's the same way. And man, they'll just forget about the gang, and man, make sure you stay decent. They'll protect you like you one of theirs. Matter of fact, they'll protect you like you more than family. And that's how I used to be. Don't be trying to be like you, the big man. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the big men got blew down. That's hot and rank and stuff like that. Now, we gonna just prime example. Look at all the gang chiefs. Look at Jeff Ford and, Larry and, like Shorty Bible, who just came home. I don't mean to be speaking on too many names. I ain't gonna say too many names. But them type of guys, man, they been through it. And, like, I'm gonna just speak on Shorty Bible. I'm surprised Shorty Bible was out and on YouTube. I was a kid and I heard about Shorty Bible. Now, first of all, listen. I'm a real GD, okay? I learned all my literature in jail, mostly. I had family, cousins, brothers, you know what I mean? But none of them was able to teach me. I don't know if they was able to teach me, but they never did. And I always wonder, like, man, why my older cousin them ain't teaching me no real literature? So it took me to go to the Cook County jail, or into prison to learn these things. Where I really got up with real GDs and they had real teachers on the deck and we really studied. You see what I'm saying? That's how I really became a real GD. Now, I was always plugged from 56 and Emerald. On 56 and Emerald, I was 7, 8 years old. Used to be standing in the sessions, 6-point stands with my big brother and them, and they let us join the meetings. You see what I'm saying? Because we was the younger guys. I guess they just knew we was gonna grow up to be gangsters one day, so they let us join. They didn't tell us, man, get away from here, man, y'all ain't GD. No, we ran with them. They was sending us across the boulevard to McDonald's and Popeyes and stuff like that to pick up their food. We was shorties there. them guys over the older guys, they didn't mess with us because we was kids, 7 and 8 years old. So they would send us over there, give us $5 or $10. You know what I mean? We used to do the running for them, for my big brother and them. You know, that was dangerous too, but I was smart about it. You know what I mean? Like, I learned from that. I learned to keep my mouth closed. If I'm in McDonald's over there on 54th, or God dog it Popeyes, and some of the moles come walking in, I'ma act like I don't know what's going on. I'ma keep my mouth shut. You see what I'm saying? That's part of surviving too. Mind your business. Keep your mouth shut. Know when to speak. A lot of people just be mad, just be talking and screaming. I be like, man, I won't tell him nothing. I won't tell her nothing. A lot of people just stupid. That's why I named this show People. A lot of people is stupid, silly, they dumb, they know a lot of things, but they don't care. They still do dumb stuff. A lot of people is just really, man, undescribable. I don't get them. I stopped trying to get them way back in the days, man. I just had to tell myself, you know, man, people gonna be people. And that's where that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding came in. That I understood my assignment with people, and when it comes to people, I understand how to play it. Okay, another way to survive in the mean streets of Chirac is to, you know, you gotta keep you a blick on you. It wouldn't be right. You can't be no coward neither. If you a coward growing up from where I'm from, you might as well move. Because I'm telling you, somebody gonna test you, somebody gonna get up with you, bro. Somebody gonna bully you, they gonna slap you all around. Man, come on, man. Like, you gotta know this. You ain't gonna be treated right. I don't care who you know. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care who you know. I don't care who you some kin to, what you been through. If you ain't hard enough, you know what I mean? If you a coward, man, listen, move away. Me, I was never no coward, but I want y'all to know this. I wasn't no dummy neither. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference than being a coward and a dummy. See, a dummy gonna play, you know, act like he's so much of a gangster to the point where he gonna wind up getting blew down or beat up real bad because he think he too hard. You see, I never was like that. I always played the smart man. I always was the smart man instead of trying to be the hard man. You see what I'm saying? That's you gotta be like that. You know, that's why I don't go back home now, because it ain't like I'm scared to go back home and be in this hood and stuff like that. But for me, my block is burned up. If you was to go on Emerald, my block right now, there's some shorties over there that I never even seen. They got a camera up there, a police camera. It's been up there since I was out there, and we still was getting money. You know what I'm saying? If I was scared to go back home, then check me out. I wouldn't have just went back home a few years ago and jumped on live. I got a video on one of my old Facebook accounts. I'm all on the block. I walk all on Halsted, all in the gas station, all on Green. You know, it was popping then. Like, I ain't scared to go back home. I'm just smart to know what's to go back home for. I have no reason to go home. Me and my family, my family is broke up. Ain't nobody on my block. You know what I mean? I be wanting to see my cousins and stuff like that, but it ain't like it used to be with my cousins. I don't know what's going on, and I ain't gonna try to throw nobody under the bus. I ain't gonna speak on nobody. Like, you know, it's that when it ain't. Especially with me, it's not like that. It's just not like that no more. So it ain't no reason for me to be in Chicago. Like, I'll ride downtown right now. I'll take me and my girl and ride downtown, get out the car, go in any store I want to. I'll go on the block. I go on Hosted and walk in any store. Man, first of all, a lot of these new guys, they don't even know me. So they might be trying to look at me as an op, but I know how to play it. You see what I'm saying? They ain't gonna say nothing to me, first of all, because I'm street smart and I know how to play it. You get what you gonna get and just get gone. Don't be looking around and, you know what I mean, look around and ratting. Don't be playing it like that. Get what you come to get and just get gone. Get out of sight. Don't be spinning no block. Don't be circling the block and all of that. No, somebody gonna Swiss cheese your car up, boy. No, I'm for real. See, a lot of people, they do that kind of stuff too. You know, a lot of people, they do that kind of thing. They do that kind of thing where, you know, I don't know, they don't even be like doing nothing. Like, we used to do that back in the day, but everybody knew my car and everybody knew who I was and, you know, stuff like that. But you got people that'll come from out of town and be circling the block. You know, they be so much of fans. Oh man, this was Famous Dex from. Oh man, Chief Keef from right here. Going, block. You know, want to take a picture in front of King Von Moore, be circling the block and going all driving around and keep Ain't nothing wrong with driving, but don't keep circling the blocks. You got so many gangs in Chicago, man. Trust and believe me, your car gon' get burned up. You keep circling them blocks like that, hitting them blocks. Don't do that unless you slide. You see what I'm saying? You just gotta know the game. You see? Okay, and like I was saying, you gotta make sure you keep you a blicky. I never really believed in a blicky, but I always kept me a blicky because I'm already doing, you know, you got stick up men, you got people out here that try to do all kind of stuff. Sometimes you just want to wave your pistol at somebody like, get gone, leave me alone, stay away from me because I will get on that with you. You see what I'm saying? And then you will never even see them again. You be like, damn, I'm sorry for cussing. You be like, dang, where they go? You know what I mean? Whole time, you done ran them out just from waving your gun around. You ain't even got to blow at them. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, you really just got to know how to play it in Chicago, man. Like, me, I never liked gas stations. Gas stations is a death trap to me. It's only one way in and one way out unless you can go through that back, and you probably don't get through that back. Because for one, they gonna have that back 9 times out of 10 locked off. And then even if you go through that back, whoever blowing at you, I just seen a video. Whoever blowing at you in Chicago, they coming in and they gonna walk you down. They coming in the back with you and you gonna fall, stumble, and they gonna stand over you. I never liked gas stations. You know, it's too many people be coming in the gas station. You know how you can, avoid the light when you come through the gas station and then you turn instead of waiting at the light. I never liked that. You see what I'm saying? I always was paranoid and I always would have something, I always would trust my gut my gut would tell me, no, don't do that. Go get your gas out somewhere else. Don't get me wrong. Now, I used to get gas in the hood, but man, I was always alert. I'm talking about 100% alert. It was standing around sometime too. Don't get me wrong, because I was in the hood and I was in the streets. You know what I mean? My big brother and them would be out there hanging on Austin, and you know what I mean? It ain't like I ain't used to hang. But it's like, man, I used to always listen to my gut. A lot of people, I don't see how they don't listen to their gut. You gotta listen to your gut. If your gut tell you, man, to cut, then cut. You know what I mean? I don't care if they say, man, you a lame, you a square, you a coward, you scared. Okay. It's been plenty of times where I listened to my gut and I got out the car from with somebody and that car got Swiss cheese. Ask my cousin them. I got cousin them. I'm sure they watching and they know who they is. I got guys that died from stuff like that too. You know what I mean? If some telling you to cut, you gotta cut. Don't ignore your gut. That's another way of surviving in Chicago. A lot of people don't listen to their gut. You gotta listen to your gut. And that is like one of the main things God put inside of me, and I believe he put it inside of everybody to listen to their gut. But sometimes a lot of people, they ignore it. They ignore it, and then when they ignore it, you read about them the next day. You see them that day or that night laying on the ground in a puddle of blood. Whole time, man, all they had to do was just listen to their gut and move around. Just move around for a couple of minutes, because listen here, man, that couple of minutes you moved around can be it can save your life. If somebody's sliding, right, looking for the ops, looking for you or whatever, even if you got your blick on you, it's still good to move around, because you can get shot with a blick, you can get killed with a blick. Don't think you can't just because you got a blick. You got a lot of people out here too that's like that. I was never like that. Okay, but I'm gonna get back to this. If you move around with your blick or not, this person that's sliding, whoever that's sliding, these people, they gonna slide and not even see you. You was just right there, but you moved around. You listen to your gut. They ain't gonna see you, and then guess what? They gonna slide on some more ops. And then by that time, you know, you been and came back outside and stood in the same place. And by that time, these people probably gone somewhere and sleep or something, or doing something else. You see what I'm saying? You gotta think like that. And you gotta think like, you gotta know that people is out here to set you up. Even if they like you and they say they like you, they will set you up, man. Why? I don't know. That's just how people is. That's how a lot of people get killed in Chicago too. You don't trust nobody. Don't trust nobody. I tried to tell y'all this a long time ago in my old videos. I never trust nobody. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell y'all like this, right? This is how I learned, and this is why I don't trust nobody. I learned to not trust nobody back when I used to be serving, right? You know, the crackhead used to, didn't have no money, used to be, man, come on, please, can I give two till Wednesday or something like that? You know what I mean? And then you look at him like, man, you gonna pay my money? You look at him dead in the eye. You know, and they, yeah, man, I promise you, man, you can hold my ID if anything. Sometimes you'll tell them, no, man, I trust you. I had to learn, Man, Wednesday come, you don't see him. Thursday come, you don't see him. Friday come, you don't see him. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you never see him again, and probably till like months later, and then people be worried, like, damn, why he going upside his head with that stick? Because you did me dirty. So now I'm finna do you dirty. That's how it was. I don't care who you is. Don't make no promises to me, run off with my bags and my money. I need my money. Just like you need what you need. I need mine too. And people will see that, and when people will see you going upside somebody head with a stick or a bat or something like that, oh, people will get a message in their head. Oh, don't mess with him. He will do that. He will do that to you. He probably be cool and friendly and, got a good heart and, dressing clean and this, that, and the other. But man, shorty will do that to you. I done gave jabs to people. I'm talking about 25 bags. Well, they bring me back 200 and they keep the 50. They ran off with the whole pack. Some of them I never even seen before. Again. Some of them I never even seen again ever. So I learned from that. I got tired. I'm like, man, I thought I really can trust this person. First of all, I'm not finna put no jab in your hand if I feel like I can't trust you. That's too much money just to be given away. It ain't a lot of money, but you don't want nobody taking no 25 bags from you. That's $250 just for nothing. You might as well just give it to them and tell them they can have it. And then some of these people I used to see, I catch them trying to snooze around and all that, and then I get up with them and slap them upside the head and, do all kind of damage to them. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't good, but at the same time, man, you a street dude, you gotta be like that. You gotta send messages out to people too. That's another way how I survive. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, I'm sorry for cussing. A lot of people knew who I was and how I get out. People used to tell my mama all the time, man, your son, your son is crazy. He done did this, he done did that. Man, I used to be a fool. I used to get off that alcohol too. That's another reason, and that's another way. It might sound crazy. I know this sounds real crazy right here. See that drink? I used to get off the bar all the time. Be drunk in the street, running around. See, the drink gave me energy. You know how a lot of people like to go to sleep when they drink? They feel sick or whatever. No, not me. I want to party. You know what I mean? I want to run around. I want to hustle. I want to be jumping all over gates. I don't care if I'm drunk or not. If I fall, I get up. I ain't got no shame in my game when, I'm off that bottle, man. It's like my heart would just freeze up for a lot of stuff too. I would get over aggressive. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's like it was like some gasoline or something, man, to my car. I couldn't. It's like back in them days, I couldn't really drive as fast and drive as much. If you understand where I'm coming from. That thing used to put a drive inside of me to the fact where, man, I say something to you, man, that I know for a fact I wouldn't say to you if I was sober. And you know what I mean? Believe it or not, a lot of people used to think I was off my square. But the whole time, I used to be watching everything. When I was off that bottle, man, it's like something in my brain. I turned to another whole different person. Like, I really did. I turned to like some type of, man, I would call it a God's angel. Because my intentions were never, ever out to hurt nobody. I don't care if I'm drunk. Now, I will beat you up. I will blam at you. I will do all of that, but you got to do something to me. I ain't never was the person to try to do something to you first. I try to shake your hand and, be cool with you and things like that. You see what I'm saying? But if you disrespect me, if you come at me wrong, you poke the bell wrong, then you didn't just, you did the wrong thing. You got what's coming to you. Somebody finna get hurt, whether it's me or you. That's just how it was. Okay, in another way how I survived Chicago is because I always had a loving mother. a lot of people in Chicago, a lot of the guys and a lot of the girls, they don't have loving parents. My mother always was with me. That's one thing I can say about my mother, and I thank God so much. My mama will make sure I'm fed, clothed. If I go to jail, she's sending me money on my books. She coming to see me. My mama would come and get me out of the streets. My mama would come. She was there. My mama was there. My daddy, he was mediocre. You know, I can kind of count on my daddy too because he stayed on the next block. I had a pretty good dad too. He never used drugs. He used to blow green. You know, my daddy an ex-Marine. He always about his business just like he is now. My daddy an entrepreneur. You know, I used to can go to my daddy and talk to my daddy about anything. You know, my dad, I used to can talk to him about anything, but you know what I mean? We wasn't jammed tight like me and my mama. You know what I mean? Because my dad believed in raising me a totally different way than my mother did. So by my mother having custody of me all the time, you know what I mean? I stayed with her and she pretty much raised me. And I would go down to my dad and, you know, learn little things and hang out with him here and there. You know what I mean? So it's like I had supporting, you know, parents that was there for me. And you know what? I pray for those and I feel sorry for those that don't and didn't have them kind of parents. Trust me, I feel y'all pain and I know. Trust me. I want to tell y'all, man, stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Talk to God about it. Talk to God about it. Please do it for me, man. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna heal you. God gonna heal you. Trust me. God gonna get you together. God gonna change your whole mindset about that situation that you're going through. Any situation. It's all about God. And the devil is gonna have you going this way when you're supposed to be going that way. Trust me. Believe me. When you come to people, man, trust me, you're not gonna believe me. You're not gonna hear nothing fake. I'm not gonna steer you in the wrong way. I'ma always put some positive and good in your ear. I'ma always tell the truth because I am the truth, whether you like it or not. That's why my channel, I believe, my views went down a little bit. You know what I mean? But I hope and pray, I have faith that one day my channel everybody get real, as I can say. Get real, get with my program, understand what type of person I am, and watch my videos and I get up into them thousands like I see a lot of people on YouTube doing. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm sticking with this because I really love to do this type of work. You see what I'm saying? I love to film, edit. I like the picture taking. I like everything about it. The only thing I don't like about being a content creator on YouTube is YouTube don't be specific enough about how you can post videos, what you can post, and they quick to give you a strike, they quick to throw a warning, they quick to throw you out, and then they'll ban you for life. All because of, man, I'm telling you, listen, I paid for an editing program with my cash money, hard-earned working money, right? I used the music out of the program, and YouTube told me, oh, this is copyrighted, you can't use this. Whole time I had been using this for like my first 100 videos. So now when I get monetized, now y'all want to look back at something and say, oh, you weren't supposed to use that on just one video. The music is on like 99 other videos. So it's like y'all just doing whatever y'all want to do. So honestly, this was my plan from the jump, right? My plan from the jump because I have inspirational speakers. I have, people that inspired me to do this. I sat back and watched and things like that before I created my channel. My plan was to do a lot of profanity in my videos, because I see people cussing all the time in their videos. That's just how I wanted to come. You know what I mean? And then I plan to change once I got monetized like I did. Like y'all heard me say half of 2 cuss words in this here video. And I said, oops, I'm sorry. Sometimes they slip out. But I don't cuss in my videos no more. Know that. I don't care what type of video it is. I don't care how heated I get, how glad I get. I'm not gonna cuss, okay? Because that's just how I choose to run my channel now. Now, if y'all would like to know something else about how I survived in Chirac on the south side of the city in Inglewood, drop down in my comments. Get off in them comments, baby. Talk to your boy. Let me know. Man, if y'all got anything to ask me or anything like that to say or whatever, man, jump down off in the comments. And let me help you. Let me be your mentor. Let me be your teacher. Let me preach to you. Let me help you. If you struggling with something and I feel like I can help you, I'ma help you. I'm not gonna tell you nothing I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I know it. We gonna do some research together. I love the network. Now, please subscribe if y'all just not seeing, your boy from people. Subscribe to my channel, you know what I mean, and hit the like button for me, man. Hit that bell so y'all can get every piece of content that I drizz up. And man, for y'all that been watching me for a minute, y'all already know what time it is. It's deuces, it's deuces, it's deuces, 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 it's deuces, it's deuces, it's deuces, deuces, deuces. Hey, hey, I'm a monster. I love y'all. I'm out of here. Peace out. Deuces, baby. I love y'all. Yeah.
You know me, how I'm rockin', man, I gotta keep my shit in order. Tryna cop that house, man, the one to sit up on the water. You know me, how I'm rockin', man, I gotta keep my shit in order. Tryna cop that house, man, the one to sit up on the water. You know how I'm rockin', man, I gotta keep my shit in order. Tryna cop that house.